generational wealth, and I think in particular in the Black community, we talk about it. Um, and I believe that we need to start talking more about generational wealth from a mental and emotional wellness perspective. Because if you have that as the foundation, everything else grows out of there, including financial and
Mhm.
material wealth.
Go ahead, girl.
Um,
Go ahead.
seriously,
Go ahead. You speaking
seriously,
truth here.
it is the truth for sure. And so I'm interjecting that question here because I know in Beauty in Black, where it's very, much about this family and there's some, violence and anger and all that kind of stuff in there. Um, it also runs along the same vein in many ways.
Beauty in Black is for entertainment, but there are a lot of lessons that can be learned in there.
Yeah.
And the reason why the lessons are so easily learned in something like that is because it takes the problems that we have in everyday life and it magnifies it so you can see it. It's very clear. And yeah, people will look at it and think this is it's a drama and whatnot. But I do believe that something like this can really give you some insight. You see somebody take it too far, and you understand how unnecessary that was. You see someone behave the behavior of some of these characters. A lot of them have mental issues. A lot of the characters in our and no one goes unflawed. Every character in there is flawed. I really enjoy playing Horace Bellery because he seems so together, but he also is flawed. Nobody escapes unflawed in that show. Every character is so well defined, but their problems are very well defined as well. And I love that people have taken to this TV series the way they have. I love that it's the very first cast of Black and brown actors that have become a global number one for Netflix. They had never had, and I love.
Congratulations. Congratulations to
Thank you
all of you on that one.
to the fans for tuning in and supporting the show and giving us all the love they've given us. I mean, I love the fan because my job was supposed to be over at the end of the first season, and the character was written to die in the hospital bed, and you don't hear about him anymore. And the fans were like not having it. And Netflix heard that, and all of a sudden, I was written into the rest of the series. So the fans, I want to give them their props because I know it's just social media and they're chatting with each other, but Netflix and Tyler Perry, they listen to what you're saying, and you guys kept me employed. But the men in particular in this show, often we see women, talking about things and feeling like they're very emotional. The men are emotional in this, and so you get all of these things happening, and you see them in real time, and you can see everybody's got their problems. And I'm hoping that people will understand that even though it's been blown up so that it kind of magnifies so you can see it, that maybe you can learn. There's something that can be learned from it as well.
I hope so. Um, you said something interesting, and that is that it's really the fans. You acknowledge that the fans are the ones that helped to keep Horace alive in this series. And it's through conversations online and getting involved in a conversation. And here we're talking specifically about a show, the incredible Tyler Perry, his show and Netflix. But how wonderful would it be for us to understand how powerful we actually are and to apply that to the things that really matter to us? Not saying that Horace doesn't matter. Horace matters. Right? Beauty, the show matters. Beauty in Black matters. And I think that sometimes we become an angry mob and we move into a Chicken Little, the sky is falling kind of persona. And I think there's something to be said for applying ourselves to the things that truly matter as a way of making
That's
change. And I mean beyond politics, like politics are politics, and yes, right? but that's a transaction. That's a vote. But in everyday life, if we were to apply that same sense of urgency, that same care for the development of a series to the ways that we develop and strategize around our families and the well being within our families, there's a lot of power in that
Very well put. Very well
and a
put.
lot of opportunity in that.
Hmm. Yeah, I just wanted to let that sit because that's very well put, and it's very true. We have a power that we don't use, and when you have power and you don't use it, then that's on you.
That's right. Because there are some conversations that we need to be having, that we need to be having,
Hmm.
and that we need to understand, because some of the things that we're doing can shift what happens for our families for generations to come, you know? So if you were part of the team of people who brought Horace back or made sure Horace didn't leave, you, I hope you're listening to what we're saying here, because it's we have a lot more power than we believe.